Aha. I know you didn't quite expect someone like me to be here, but I am. I'm here. And it is the Pull Up Podcast Show. And of course, I am the producer, and that is Val the Voice Johnson. And I know you guys are like, yo, where's Tony? We'll deal with that a little bit later. But I definitely want to talk with you guys briefly about a couple of things. But I definitely wanted to make sure that I came on and gave you guys a heads up because we are getting ready to get started with the Pull Up Podcast Show right about now.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Bounce the voice and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. I said bounce the voice and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast.
It's another edition of the Pull Up Podcast Show with me, Val the Voice. And I want to let you guys know that I have been educating myself on sports for I want to say the last year and a half that I've been producing this show for Coach. And I definitely had to just make sure that I talked about a couple of things that we talked about earlier today. And I want to make sure that I kind of let you know what he wanted to talk to you guys about. What's happening with him right now? He currently is coming back, driving a bus for the girls team that he coaches in Nashville, Tennessee at St. Cecilia. I really hope that they won because Coach is always fussing about, I need these girls to win, and they don't. But I think they won. They won one of their games over the weekend, so we did talk about that. I need to talk about the Bears. I don't know if you've noticed that right now I got on my Bears jersey. I we were doing so good. Usually on the Pull Up Podcast Show, we love for you guys to pull up and we talk basketball because Coach is a basketball coach, but he has really been getting into the football situation. So here during this first quarter, I just want to talk about this rivalry and things that's happening between the Bears and the Packers. I have no clue. What was going on, but here's it. It was the fourth quarter, and I'll let you know what I was doing. We had just got a touchdown, and I was thinking we're catching up with the Packers. Now, this happened in Wisconsin. And as I go ahead and show a couple of photos that I got from the game, I'm trying to figure out exactly what happened. And then before I realized it, at the very end, some things happened and I was very upset. Now, here's the thing. Coach would be able to break down exactly what happened. Caleb Williams, we are still proud of what he has done as a quarterback and just kind of representing us. And I didn't realize, I have some friends of mine that told me, Valerie, this rivalry between the Bears and the Packers has been going on for decades. And I see you, Mr. Springer. Thank you for checking in. I see you. Shout out to Coach T and Val the Voice, because the coach is coaching. If nothing else, the coach is coaching. And so let me go ahead and get some of the things that I'm seeing right here. Now, right now, it becomes very important. This is how Coach explained it to me, that everyone is fighting for their team to win so they can get into the playoffs. And we went from being number one in the AFC North, this is the Bears, and now we are a wild card because the Packers won. I didn't realize how many people in Chicago were cheeseheads. I'm so sorry. They were Packers fans. And so I almost feel like it's blasphemous that you are a fan of another team and you're not from there. But then there's a lot of people. My cousin, she's a Dallas Cowboys fan. She's from Omaha. I have another friend of mine who's a fan of the Washington Commanders. She's from California. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. Do me a favor. Let me know how many people saw the Bears game. Now, this is a classic jersey I have on. This is Walter Payton. To me, in my mind, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. We called him Sweetness here in Chicago. So I love my jersey. Princess, thank you so very much. She was almost doing call by call, play by play during the game. She posts on her on her Facebook, and I can tell when things are going left. And when I say things went left, things kind of possibly went left. So as I'm checking things out, here we go. Wild card race. Now, this is according to the bleacherreport.com, because of course I've got to get my information from another great source. And so here's the thing. How's it going? Division leaders right now, New England Patriots, they are leading. Why do I always feel like they're leading no matter what's happening, no matter who's the quarterback? 11 wins, 2 losses. So there's some kind of odds that they'll make it to the Super Bowl. I'm not getting into the betting situation of it all. I cannot do that, because I always have to have coach say for promotional purposes only. He cannot get into it like that. Number 2, Denver Broncos, same AFC West, 11 wins, 2 losses. So people that's in Denver, congratulations. You guys are doing great. Now, I think there's a game going on tonight. And then also number 4, Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC North. They're in the same division as the Bears. And so they are considered the division leaders. And here's the thing. We are officially in the wild card race. But I feel like we're going to make it. I honestly feel like we're going to make it. It's not going to be as bad. And what was the score yesterday between the Bears and the Packers? It was 21-28. What a riveting game. When I say riveting, I was fired up to see this. Now, if anyone is a Packers, if you're from Green Bay and you love the Packers and you're like, Valerie, I hate the Bears and you guys suck, let's all get along. Now, Coach Tony is not here to talk crap, but I'm here to defend my Bears. Oh my gosh. And for the most part, like I said, they played a really, really good game. And when I say defense, but this is what's been happening with the Bears for the last couple of games that I've watched. We have turned things around at the end of the third and throughout the fourth quarter. And to me, and my father used to teach me this, he said, if there's anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes left, anything can happen. Don't count the other team out. And I was like, oh, okay. But here's the thing, the Packers was not allowing us to get another field goal, 2-point attempt, nothing. They kept shutting us down. And what I say to that is it's something that look at this. This was 2 minutes. I want to make sure that I captured this right here. 2 minutes, 1st and 10, and whose ball? It was our ball. So we had an opportunity. To turn things around. And who is this? This is Joe. He says, watch out, Bears. Yeah. Shedeur Sanders' son is coming for the Bears. Yeah. And that was one of the things that me and Coach wanted to talk about tonight. The play that happened. And I'll get to that in just a moment. But I'm not going to talk crap about who is this? I'm not going to talk crap about the Green Bay Packers. All I know is that I am defending my Bears. I have my shirt on. I have my jersey on. And Princess, I'm going to show this to you because she is going to be so proud of me. I've had Coach, I've had Princess, I've had many others kind of educate me on what to do and what to say. And so there you go. But now I'm going to now flip the script and really talk about some of the things that Coach and I were going to talk about. And for right now, I'm definitely going to do this. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to get everything together for the second quarter. And thank you for letting me know that the Cleveland Browns are coming for us, even though they lost. But the Cleveland Browns lost. It was because of a call that was so off. And when I say off, Coach Tony explained it to me. And if you see me, I'm going to read what he texted me because I'm producing. I do graphics. I do research, and that's what I do. We'll be right back as we wrap up the first quarter of the Pull Up Podcast Show with me, your host and producer, Val the Voice Johnson. Here we go.
Hey, I'm Coach Tony, and this is the Pull Up Podcast Show. For every Monday, we break down the game quarter by quarter and give you information as well as break down the coach. Join us on the Pull Up Podcast Show.
Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Bounce the voice and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast show. I said bounce the voice and Coach Tony, you know.
Are you a small business owner looking to grow? Introducing the Key Spot mobile app. I'm Cynthia McAllister, owner of the IT company Quality SAP. Since 2016, we have been supporting small businesses and help them promote and share their businesses, services, and events across the country. Key Spot is more than just an app. We are a network providing community. Key Spot, connecting communities and supporting small businesses.
Welcome back to the Pull Up Podcast Show. I'm your host tonight, Val the Voice Johnson. Coach Tony is on his way in. I just sent him a text and says, "You know I'm running the show, right?" I didn't want to disappoint. I wanted you guys to come on and let me know that you're here. And of course, I wanted to definitely, I've been keeping up with football this season, and it's been fun. I've been keeping up with NBA as well, but we're not going to get into the NBA, not tonight. But of course, as Coach always says, it is for promotional purposes only. He always gives kind of his predictions of who is going to win. And we're still talking about what's happening regarding our football lookout and kind of who is going to be in the playoffs or not. It's early still. It's week 14. And I told Coach, I said, you know what do you want to talk about? And he said, you know what? I told him, I said, I saw, and I always do the recap with the Fox Sports. And they'll kind of do a recap of a lot of the games that have happened over the day. And yesterday it was very interesting. There was a recap talking about the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns game. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then the coach was cheering on the coach of the Tennessee Titans and saying, you know what, we're doing great. This was a great win. And he was cheering on his team. And I was like, oh, and they said that, this is Fox, that with their win, they broke a 4-game losing streak. If any of you all are Tennessee Titans or Cleveland Brown fans, you saw the game. If I'm saying anything wrong, correct me in the chat. I am humble. I am okay for correction. If Coach was here, he would know. But for me, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm letting you guys know. So I saw that and I told Coach that. And he says, you know what? I want to talk about the controversial play that happened toward the end of the game. And then I was thinking, well, what play is this? What are you talking about? He says, no. We talk about what happened at the end of that game. And I was like, well, your Tennessee Titans won. Now, here's the thing. Tennessee Titans, they're in Nashville. Coach is friends with a lot of the members of the Tennessee Titans, retired as well as current players. And I was like, you're there. That's your hometown for right now. You're cheering for them in the same way that I used to root for the New York Giants because I was in New York. And so he was like, no, that's not the point. I want to talk about what happened. And this was the debut of Shedeur Sanders. Now you probably are wondering, that last name, that rings familiar. Shedeur Sanders. Who is this young man? And this young man is the son of Deion Sanders. Sure, I got that right. If I got nothing else right, I got that right. And so while I was doing my research, and I'll bring it back up to make sure, as a good reporter, I am not just, saying and doing the wrong thing. There was a play that happened toward the end of the game with Cleveland and Tennessee. And let me bring up Shedeur. I want to make sure I spell his name right. There we go. Cleveland Browns. So yeah, I'm reading this. Sports Illustrated. I'm checking out this article about Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward take things to the next level regarding this clash that happened. And here's the thing: Shedeur Sanders is a rookie, and this is him. And then also there's and he is a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I'm making sure that I do that. So it was a dramatic finish. And oh yeah, so there it is. Cam Ward is with Tennessee Titans. Shedeur Sanders is with Cleveland. Now, let me stop sharing this. I need to show this play. So all of my football fans, if you're able to understand exactly what happened. This was the very last seconds of the game, and I brought up someone's talk about it, and I said, and I asked Coach, I said, what happened with the play? And I'm on the show now, so we'll just do that. I just texted him and let him know I'm on the show. So he told me, and I'm looking at this because when we talk, I say he'll let me know what we're going to talk about, and I said, text me exactly what happened. And so he was like, okay, Val. So I want to make sure that you get video of what exactly happened with the play. And for some reason, I am not seeing that play right now. And here's the thing. Sometimes the refs and others are accused of favoring a team and then not calling something correct or doing a miscall. Is that what happened with the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans on last night? I'm wondering. And that's what Coach and I were wondering as well. And he was like, Valerie, and when he uses my full name, not just Valerie, he was like, I'm glad the Titans won. However, this is Shedeur Sanders. This is him coming out. This is kind of his coming out party. And the information that I have regarding Shedeur, and I want to make sure that I got that correct. Let's see. Yeah, a dramatic finish between the two of them, the two players. Oh, and I forgot, Cam Ward, the star from Miami, he became the number 1 overall pick in 2025, and he was selected by the Tennessee Titans. But they said that the rivalry between both Shedeur and Cam are respectful, which I like. we don't need a whole bunch of drama, not in football, and we want great games, if it means nothing else. And let me make sure that I go back here, because that was kind of the play that happened, and it was there we go, the turnover. The Titans players mocked Shedeur Sanders after Brown's crucial turnover. And Sanders at that time threw over 300 yards and had 4 total touchdowns. So here's the thing. Is Shedeur turning out to be a phenom like his father? That's just a question I have, and I'm just going to put it on the floor. Did you see that game between Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans? And so if I can find the video of the last play that happened, I will show it. But for right now, we, the Bears, are going to be playing against Cleveland soon. It's going to be happening, I think, was it December 20th? No, I have to look and see. We're supposed to meet Green Bay again. No, we're going to be meeting Green Bay December 20th, but our next game is against Cleveland. So I wonder how that's going to be, how Mr. Williams and Mr. Sanders as quarterbacks, how they're going to match up. So I'm very, very curious about it. And like I said, I believe if you are a son like Shedeur Sanders, you are going to play well. You're going to fight to play well. And that loss they had, they might fight us and get a win. But I pray the Bears win. I'm so biased. I'm just going to put it out there. Val the Voice Johnson is biased. But I'm still cheering on, because here's the thing. And Tony says he jokes around with me. He says, Val, I like when you think like a mom or like a big sister. You're like, oh, that's somebody's baby on the field. Yes, it is. That's how I think. But let me make sure. And so I believe the Cleveland Browns and Chicago Bears are going to be heading up against each other in week 15. And literally, guys, we only have a couple of weeks left before the NFL season is over, and then we're in playoffs just after Christmas, just after New Year's. We'll be going into playoffs for the NFL. So if you're watching, let me know who you want to see in the Super Bowl. Now, for me, it's obvious. I'd love to see the Bears in the Super Bowl. But then realistically, I think about who is winning out here. And then, of course, who has a great record. I just mentioned earlier in the show that it is the New England Patriots, 11-2. They have a great record right now. But here's the thing. You could have a great record all the way up, and all it takes is one loss or 2 losses, and it can, fumble everything. So congratulations to Shedeur Sanders. That's him. Yeah. Doing his thing. And so, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing this, but there's one other thing there's 2 other things that I want to make sure that I cover, that I know that Coach and I talked about, and it is Notre Dame and the college football lookout. But Coach could be able to really handle and talk about who the top seeds are for college. But there's one particular thing that I wanted to talk about in regards to Marcus Freeman, who is the coach of Notre Dame, and why the bowl won't be happening for that college or university. Are you curious about that? Oh, and before I go, let me see. I see who we have here. Shedeur was down by 14 points, still brought the game back to life, and the coach kept him out on a crucial 2-point attempt, and many people believe he should have had the ball. That is what happened. Thank you so very much, Joe. Okay, thank you so very much for that, because that's what Coach wanted to really break down and talk about. And we were wondering, is there a bias against Shedeur because he is Deion Sanders' son? I hope not. He's a rookie. And why did you keep him out at the very end of the game? Anyway. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go to halftime. And in halftime, like I said, I'm going to switch it. We're going to switch it over to the college lookout. And here's the thing. As I mentioned, we're going to be talking about Notre Dame and why they are not going to be in a bowl tournament coming up. Why? Coach wanted to talk about it, but I'm going to be talking about it, and we'll be right back as we go into halftime. I've always thought about how my mom has supported me in any creative endeavor. How beautiful was it for your mom to be the superhero in your life and show up in your creative ventures with this book?
People ask her to sign the book more than they ask me to sign the book. Sometimes I step to the side, I take their picture. And, we have to celebrate our mothers. We got to celebrate our beginning. So she comes out with me. Every event, she is there. Even when I tell her she does not need to come, she will show up in the parking lot. And I'm like, oh, okay, you coming? Okay. I'm like, all right.
Right. And she got a bottle of wine in her hand.
What in the world? Why are you giving her alcohol?
No, I'm just saying. She showed up in the parking lot. She got a bottle of wine, nice wine. She's going to set it down. She ready for the show, Val. You know what I'm saying? Because the funny part about it is, CJ, I've actually talked to Val. I thought about, writing a book myself called My Man's in Them.
I love it.
And look at Val.
My man's in them.
My man's in them. But you got to read the book. You got to read the book. But it's a play. CJ, I apologize because Val should have dropped some old Dub C so you could have came out crip walking. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not flamed up right now. I got to hold on. Trying to get me shot.
Going back to school tomorrow, like, I saw you, Miss Charles. I saw you.
I mean, I can crip walk, so please, but I'm kind of, I'm authoring right now. You guys are funny.
The type of player, but also the type of person that's choosing this place. We had 12 states represented from all over the country, and that's what we'll continue to do, is recruit the best players in the country that fit Notre Dame. And again, had a couple legacies in terms of guys whose fathers played in the NFL, with Larry Fitzgerald's son, Devin Fitzgerald, Thomas Davis Jr., whose father, Thomas Davis Sr., played, I think, 16 years. And then Caden Finley, whose father, Jermichael Finley, played in the NFL and was a great player. So excited about each and every one of them. I just thought we were very intentional about who we targeted. And then as you look at the summer, we had, I think, 28 official visitors and 27 of those guys committed. And so we didn't waste a lot of time. We were on the right guys. Nobody decommitted. They bought into what this place has to offer, and I'm excited for what the future holds. So
I wanted to go ahead and just kind of show that this is the Pull Up Podcast Show, and I am your host and producer, Val the Voice Johnson. Wow. So Marcus Freeman, coach, was telling me about this young man who is coaching Notre Dame football, which is one of the top teams to be recruited to. This came from their signing day press conference for Notre Dame, and this was recorded probably about a week ago, December 3rd. And I wanted to play that particular part because there's a certain type and a certain type of caliber of players that the university looks for. Notre Dame is just a state over for me. It's over in Indiana. And, so the first thing that I was checking out, and coach was telling me, Val, the big news that's coming out of that there is that they are not going to participate in any of the bowl tournaments. Now, for someone who's getting to know what everything is regarding football, college football, what does it mean to go to a bowl tournament, your placement, similar to the NFL, but a little bit better, a little bit different. This is a step to the NFL. But I was thinking, okay, Marcus, so why are you guys not going to be in the bowl for playoffs? Why are you not showing up? And I've had a couple of research things that I did regarding Marcus. And here's the thing. He's one of the few coaches. I think he is the first African-American coach for Notre Dame. And I think, let's see, I'm looking at some of the things that he's done. He has signed a long-term contract extension with Notre Dame through 2030 to the 2030 season, affirming his commitment to the program. And usually when you're coaching and such a team like Notre Dame, people are going to be coming at you. Oh, no, he's talking to this team over here, or no, the NFL is trying to approach him or trying to bring him over. None of that's happening. He's squashed all of those things. And so the story that came across Coach's desk along with mine is that now they are not going to be participating in the bowls. And let's see, not participating. This is real time. Participating in the bowls. I had this up earlier, and if you guys see how many tabs I hope I had open, you would laugh. Okay, so here we go. Coach explained to me that Notre Dame is exclusively signed to NBC when they're Division I school and they're independent. They are not a part of any of the major conferences. If I am wrong, and I'll say that again, if I'm wrong, go ahead and correct me in the chat. This is secondhand knowledge I got from Coach. This is what he texted me. So I'm going to do this. Why did Notre Dame decline a bowl invitation? And what is in that decision? So they announced this on December 7th. So that was yesterday. They announced it yesterday. And they said the decision came after they were the first team left out of the 12-team college football playoff bracket. What? And before withdrawing, Notre Dame was projected to participate in the Pop-Tarts Bowl, which was going to take place on December 27th. And so, and I believe they had a statement. We appreciate all the support from our families and fans, and we're hoping to bring the 12th national title to South Bend in 2026, the statement read. And so now it'll be Binghamton Young University and Georgia Tech will face off. So here's the thing. Why would Marcus withdraw the team for participating in the bowl? Because here's the thing. A lot of the top tier football teams on the collegiate level, and Coach said this to me, 70% of their players already have NIL deals. And if you're here at this show, you know Coach Tony, he has the Rise NIL, which means name, image, and likeness. So 70% of the players have some type of NIL deals. And of course, college makes millions and millions of dollars, especially when those games are aired and they have the exclusive contract with NBC. So will that affect NBC? Will that affect Notre Dame? How will that be? Now, I don't know if anyone is a fan of Notre Dame, if you're an alumni of that, or if you, I don't know, that what were we talking? We were talking Ohio State and Michigan last week. And so, but we were kind of thinking about this, like, why would they make this withdraw? And a lot of people are thinking they finished with a 10-2 record, which is really good. And they were ranked number 10 in the final college football playoff rankings. And according to CBS Sports, I'm so sorry, they mentioned this. We had that side-by-side comparison that everybody had been hungering for. And this was said by Hunter Uchek, and this was per ESPN. You look at these two teams on paper, and they're almost equal in their schedule strength, but they're common opponents and the results against common opponents. But one metric we had to fall back on again was the head-to-head. But here's the thing. I'm trying to figure out why they didn't decide to be a part of the bowl. And will this affect the NIL deals of the players on Notre Dame football who are already, out there? Because I think, in fact, Coach has explained it to me, when college athletes are using their name, image, and likeness with a brand, they have to show up social media, on television, everywhere. And of course, they get paid for doing that. So is Coach Marcus cutting off the payment of the Notre Dame football players? I don't know. A few of the players from Notre Dame got recruited into the NFL, and I believe one is now, and I went to Notre Dame's Twitter to find out who is now a Heisman Trophy nominee. And so, this is, when you get recruited to a team like Notre Dame, this is a big deal. And Coach really wanted to break it down and talk about why they said no to the bowl. And so I'm shrugging my shoulders, because I'm thinking they had a great record, 10-2. Why aren't they there? If you guys have an idea of why you think Notre Dame decided to say, no, we're not going to play, you let me know in the chat. And of course, we can definitely talk about it. This is funny. I think Coach is here. Hi.
What's up? I got to correct you on one thing.
Please correct me, because I'm just here, just running my mouth.
I see everybody up in the joint because your boy in the house, Coach Tony. It's not Notre Dame like the Notre Dame from England. It's Notre Dame in the United States.
Notre Dame. Thank you.
Notre Dame.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that. And Coach, thank you so very much. How long have you been in the background listening to me talk?
About 10 minutes been trying to catch you, but you ain't paying attention. I said, oh, she like a Kaiser. She on a roll. She on a roll. I'm you blowing you up like, get me in the show. What's what? Hey, listen.
When I saw that you called, I was really happy about that. But right now we're in the third quarter, and we're talking about Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame.
Right. So I love the comments on that, what you said. It had nothing to do with the NIL. Absolutely nothing. Okay. To me, they're completely snubbed. I get it. First game of the year, week 1, they were both ranked. You got Miami, which is under that. Notre Dame was higher ranked, and Miami won in Miami. It was the Catholics versus the Criminals. Another game. That's what they called it. It's been that way for 20 some odd years since they played it, and they've kept that name like that. Of course, they call Miami the Criminals and Notre Dame the Catholics. So good game, played to a 27-24 loss, and Notre Dame took an L. Then they lost another bad game early season, and then bounce back 110 straight. Now, if you are going to oust this is exactly why when I was talking to you earlier, this is why I'm a basketball coach. This is why I love the NCAA playoff. Why? Because the simple fact that we have 64 teams in a bracket, and it could be a number 1 versus 16. And you know, Val, as well as I know, sometimes Cinderella get a slipper, right? But in football, it doesn't happen because, one, the NCAA or the committee, the NCAA ain't got nothing to do with it, but the committee scared of Alabama because Alabama should have been nowhere near this. They should have had their asses sitting at home watching TV, and Notre Dame should have been in that. Now, the issues, you got 3 major issues. The athletic director came on today from Notre Dame, and I love what he said. He supported Marcus Freeman in doing what he did. They're not going to play a bowl game. And in the bowl game they were going to play was a significant bowl game because they were number 13 after the changeover.
Pop-Tarts, right?
Yeah, they only take top 12. I can get some Pop-Tarts at K. Rogers. You know what I'm saying? I'll go down to K. Rogers, get some Pop-Tarts. So I don't blame them. And the other thing is that you now messing with independent money. For those that don't know, Notre Dame, I explained to Val earlier, they are independent when it comes to football, but they belong to the ACC conference and everything else. And it's not going to mess with NIL deals because the deals are still there. So the AD not only feels that Notre Dame was snubbed, so do I, but if this, they said today, if this is next year, Val, next year being 2026, the new rules kick in. That means the Power 4 conferences will get at least minimum 4 teams in with 4 replayed. I can't wait to 2028 when they're supposed to expand it to 16. Because you know why? Because why can't our SWAC? Why can't the MEAC? Why can't the MAC? Why can't we get no black schools ever get invited? That's why we got our own bowl. So, and it ain't a black and white thing. It's just a flat out facts thing. And this is why the NCAA basketball is so good, because no matter what conference you're in, if you win your conference, you're dancing. And for some of those schools, Val, the dance is their hoorah, for the year. That's what they celebrate. They know they're not going to win a national championship, but that team made it to the dance. And now who can you knock off? And if you can knock off one powerhouse, oh my God, that's great. And that's why Notre Dame is mad. And this is why the AD said today, ACC, you just put a bad taste in my mouth, and this is going to cost somebody. And when he say this, meaning NBC, because Notre Dame is NBC money, Val. Can you think if I told you I'm taking $1 billion away from you? Not $1 million, not 100. Not even 500 million, $1 billion.
I would be very angry about that. And I think the thing of it is that, are you thinking about the players? Because here's the thing. I know they're students, but they're the ones that are on the field playing and tearing up their bodies for the alumni, for the millions and billions of dollars that's coming through the doors at the university, as well as the broadcast networks, NBC and beyond. Ugh.
Right. So for promotional purposes only, let's rewind this clock. We're gonna stack what you guys don't know. So back in the 03, 04, 05, all the way up to 2012, the SEC was running things, and it was stacked so that no matter what happened, now all of a sudden the Big Ten has become the football powerhouse, while the SEC is gaining traction in basketball. We see that because of the money. It goes back to what you talked about, the NIL. So with Notre Dame not wanting to play, Val, even if the NCAA tried to fine them, the new rule, the Sherman Act 2 years ago with the NIL, forced the kids now to be employees of the university, Val. So even if they try to make them play, then you do not have to play because they're employees, so they can walk out, period. And that's not the SEC, that's the ACC, the Atlantic College Conference. So that's the ACC there. So you got that, and then the SEC, Southeastern Conference, that's where the big boys. So you got 4 major conferences: the SEC, the Big Ten, the ACC, and the Big 12. So when you're looking at this, Marcus Freeman becomes a big name when Notre Dame doesn't make it, right? And now, no pun intended, James Madison, I love you to death, but you're not going to really beat nobody. I don't know if you put the brackets up, Val, so they can see the brackets, but when you look at that bracket, it is perfectly set up for a rematch of the Big Ten championship game with Indiana and Ohio State again. I love everybody, but Georgia would be the closest thing playing Ohio State in the Final Four. And if they lose that game, it's going to possibly be a rematch because Indiana's that good this year.
Yeah. So I really am trying to figure all that out. But Coach, this is what we have to be looking out for. And for any and all that are football fans, especially at the collegiate level, you know, I would love to see Notre Dame in a bowl competition. I would love to see that. But you breaking down it's not going to happen this year, but I'm just, you know, I would have loved to have seen them because, you know.
Yeah, and this is why Notre Dame hit it from Coach Tony Tone. Coach Tony going to tell you, baby, we loving you in the Big Ten. You in the Midwest, you in South Bend, Indiana. Get in the Big Ten conference, you ain't got to deal with all this crap. Then you can play with the big boys play. Now you got every day you're playing against Penn State, Ohio State, and Michigan, baby. So now we add you, that's the top 4. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
It is.
That's a big payroll. You know, Ohio State led the payroll last year, Val, and this year in terms of NIL deals and money for the program. I think they were like, I think Ohio State's program worth like $28 million just the football. That's
just the football. That's no other.
Yeah, that's just football. That's a lot of paper.
Okay.
You know, well, you talking about NIL deal. Texas boys drove up this year when school started. 12 players had Corvettes, Porsches, Lamborghinis, and Benzes that they rode to practice. How many people you know at 18 years old rolling to practice like that, Val?
And on that note, none. And on that note, I would like to circle back to Shedeur Sanders.
Yes,
because I talked about that before you came, but I'd like to talk about that. But as we go into our 4th quarter, let's wrap it up. And you are with the Pull Up Podcast Show with Coach Tony. He's right there.
In the house, man. I'm working harder than Tom Joyner. Working harder than Tom Joyner used to work. You know, me and my girl, Val, the boys.
We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Coach Tony, and this is the Pull Up Podcast Show. For every Monday, we break down the game quarter by quarter and give you information as well as break down the coach. Join us on the Pull Up Podcast Show.
Pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. Bounce the boys and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast show. I said bounce the boys and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up.
Man, welcome back to the Pull Up Podcast Show with your boy Coach Tony in the house and my girl sitting sidekick Val the Voice, talking a little bit about Cleveland Browns and Shedeur Sanders as we make a pivot out of college football. You know, and I've seen some of the comments early, and I want to make sure I do this because I got a lot of people tonight. Thank you for checking in. A few items. Make sure you continue to love the show. We give you quarter by quarter of information like this. Make sure you share with people, and more importantly, subscribe to the show because your boy Tony Tone just trying to get it on. You know what I mean? Pull up on me every week, every Monday. Sit in the house, talk to me about interesting topics like this because I want to hear your opinion in the sack out here. But Shedeur Sanders, me personally, I'm tired of the cats picking on my mans in them, you know, because this young brother has worked his tail off to get to the NFL. Now, him and his dad play opposite positions. Old man was a defensive guy. He an offensive guy. and went on his own. And he basically told his dad, let me make or break me. And I love that. And he sit back and took his medicine on the sideline. Now he's playing. Now you get a cat playing my beloved Tennessee Titans here in Nashville. We stink. We know we stink, right?
That sounds so mean. That sounds so mean. You said it. Y'all heard you.
Yeah. We stink. I'm just gonna tell you for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Chicago fan. We keep it real, and we're just trying to get out the basement because us and the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers are struggling to see who's gonna have the number 1 draft pick. Now this young man steps up on a snowy day yesterday.
Yeah,
down by 2 touchdowns. Late in the 4th quarter. Hoo-wee. That's what you want. Put the ball in my hand. And he not only drove him once, pal, and scored on his feet, but then he came back and threw one in the end zone. And then, I don't know if you have the play or you showed everybody.
No, I just found it, so now I'm gonna show it. Now you let me know what's happening.
Before I tell you the comment, let's show this play. He comes out, scores a touchdown. Boom. Get this. We got a ball game now. Now they sub him out. And now they put in the running back to run a completely different play that the brother has been hot as a potato in a microwave. And watch what happens.
Oh my gosh. All right. So
they run the play. They botched the play up. The running back didn't get a good handoff. Could have.
Okay.
I think even if he got the handoff, it was going to be stopped. Can you continue that play?
It should be continuing. Let's see. Let's move up. Okay, here we go. Because there we go.
Then he gets
that
ball.
Handoff was and he ran away. I don't know why he ran away. Yeah, he ran the other way.
Brother just robbed the bank. I'm out.
And he
and then he throws the ball across the field. Now here's the crazy part about it. They basically was trying to run the old Tennessee Titans play. Now here's the funny part about it. After the game was over, they interviewed Shedeur and they asked him, who made the decision on that play, and did you think that play was going to be run? Of course, he gave the answer, I'm not the coach, so I didn't make the decision. The coach did. But yeah, I knew that play was going to be run. So they said, well, when did you guys practice it? He said, we ran it in practice. And he said, how did it work in practice? Shit, that shit didn't work in practice. He said, well, if it didn't work in practice, what make you think it's going to work in the game? He said, that's what I wanted to know. I'm sitting on the sideline. My view is just as good as yours at home.
I know.
Come on, man. We don't make this up. Think he don't know what he's doing. You know, he could have put them in, and the coach took responsibilities of it. But in the meanwhile, you ruining his brother's career. His brother hot. He needed a 2-point conversion, and Val, the ball was going to be placed on a 2.5-yard line. And the way he was running, he's going to probably get that score. And now it's a 31-31 ball game. We're going to overtime, and no matter what. But here's the crazy part about it. How in the world do you have a kid like this on the bench and you finally play him and he throws for 364 yards and I think 3 or 4 touchdowns? Come on, man.
Yeah. I think he had 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns. And he ran one in himself. 2 for 3, ran one himself. That brother working, he working like a brother on the railroad track.
And one of our fans earlier said Shedeur was down by 14 points and still brought the game back to life. The coach kept him out on a crucial 2-point attempt, and many people believe he should have had the ball. And see, here's the thing: as much as people in Nashville was really happy that this losing streak was broken, and Tennessee won, but then I'm thinking, but how did they win? And so at the expense of not having Sanders in, and then just a bad call. And that seems to be a thing, Coach, even in basketball. Just the referees, are we calling this right? What we doing?
We ain't doing that. Enjoy and finance. I feel you, baby. We ain't got to watch out. The Bears ain't got to watch out for Nathan. Not nothing but Nathan. We ain't worried about him because we on the top looking down, dog. The Bears, I know we gave up one to Green Bay, but trust me, we got two games. We got Detroit and Green Bay coming back to the crib late in January. Trust me, we just had 16 inches of snow and the weather's bad. We're going to get some more snow in the next couple of weeks. That's going to be a game at Soldier Field. That's going to be a tough put out. But here's what makes me mad, Val. You set this kid on the bench the entire year.
Right.
I personally believe, me personally,
okay,
you put this kid out there, you drafted 3 quarterbacks, all rookies. I don't know who does that. And then you tell everybody that you're going to make it competitive and the best man wins. If you compare Shedeur's stats to the other quarterbacks coming off the bench, even Flacco and those guys that were starting, his stats matches up in less games. So I don't have to be a rock star to say that put Shedeur on the field, he going to make something happen. You know, and I don't know what the coach was thinking, but now he then comes out this afternoon and says, what, Val? Shedeur Sanders will be the starting quarterback for the remainder of the season. Oh, now you want to give me garbage time. Now you basically want to give me playing time when it don't matter. But, you know, if I'm Shedeur, what I'm going to do right now, Val, I'm going to go out and try to win these next 3 or 4 games. Because if he can, it's going to be pie on the coach and pie on the organization's face. Period.
Wow. And according to according to what's happening right now, and according to CBS Sports and ESPN, the Browns were unfortunately officially eliminated from playoff contention with this game.
That's why they named it, Val. That's what makes me mad. You get officially eliminated, so no matter what Shedeur does for the remainder of the season, you can't go to the playoff. But what he can do is what I know as a coach, and I tell young guys coaching all day, and I tell my players, no matter what a coach does, he can't control how hard you play when you're out there on the field, on the court. And if someone's in the stand, see the talent that you got, they know the coach don't know what he's doing. So if you go out there and you play, but if you're in reverse, if you go out there and play and you have no talent, then the coach looks great because people see you ain't got no players. You're doing the best with what you got. But Cleveland got a decent team, Val, a pretty decent team. And they had a good year a couple years ago, and they've sunk. Okay, you go get a quarterback. Now what you do? You throw the young man on the sideline. But every time he's played, except for one game, and that was early on in the season when they threw him under the bus. They got him hit 50 times, and the bus ran over him about 4 or 5 times and bagged up and ran over again. But now you wait late in the season, put him in. I'm hoping the brother shines. I'm hoping he does his thing because Shedeur, he don't deserve this. He's a great quarterback. He should be playing. And if I'm him, and Deion Sanders is my boy, Prime, I've been trying to get at you, dog. You or Shedeur get up on the Pull Up Podcast show because Shedeur, keep going. You're going to end up in the place that you need to be, someplace playing for a real team that respect your work ethic and what you're doing, because the Cleveland Browns truly don't. And they want to throw them, they acting like they're throwing them a bone, you know, like they're doing them a favor, Val. You ain't doing me no favor at the end of the damn season. I can't do that. Even if he wins out, they're going on. They're not going to the playoffs. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I don't, and like I said, I think that's what's so disheartening, because we were kind of watching how, what was it, the NFL draft with Shedeur, and just kind of, you know, is he going to get picked up? We kind of talked about that, and so he ended up going to Cleveland, and so I'm just like,
in the last
round. It was the last round, so we were all kind of wondering what happened. Hello.
But the cool part about it, just like now, this is how cool this young man is. And if you remember when we were talking about that, Val, what did he do? He got on the microphone on draft night, and he still thanked the Cleveland Browns for just giving him the opportunity to play pro football. He didn't go and start lambasting nobody. That's what make me mad about these squads and cats be talking out the side of their neck. You know, you can't lambaste Dion. You want to talk crazy Dion, go ahead, because Dion got some words for you. But this young man ain't did nothing. And when he said, and when I asked people that have a lot of craziness to say, why don't you like me? He said, majority of the critics don't have anything to say because they don't know what to say. You're disliking somebody because you don't like the old man. Okay, cool. As they say, hate the game, don't hate the player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sitting here trying to make sure that I can get a picture up of the playoff picture and kind of who's facing elimination, and then kind of
right now it's going to be pretty tough.
Right,
you know, on the NFC side of the house, they definitely gone. But my Bears dropped a tough one yesterday. Caleb Williams is going to take that one back. He had somebody open in the flats, or he could have ran the ball and got it in there. So we dropped a tough one. We got 3 games to prove ourselves, and 2 of the 3 is at home in Soldier Field in January in the snow and the cold weather. So I like our odds with that. We will play better, and I think the Bears will regain the division and get out of the wild card, putting Green Bay back in the wild card, leaving them in Detroit with a 1-game playoff to see who's going to be eliminated and see who's going to be the wild card. Right now, Detroit Lions is still in the hunt. Minnesota is out. So we're not worried about them. And the Bears and Green Bay got 3 games to prove themselves. You also had Buffalo. Oh, my God. Josh Allen. Yeah. Jeez, that game yesterday was crazy. And he was just running. Man, that dude like a quarterback, running back. He served some popcorn yesterday. I even seen him in the back making us a couple slices of pizza. And he still came out with a victory. I mean, Buffalo going to be tough put out. And today they announced that your boy and Taylor Swift will be sitting their ass at home watching the game because they got eliminated yesterday. Kansas.
Yeah, they did. Kansas, yeah. Kansas City Chiefs got eliminated. And I was thinking, all the people that are Swifties are gonna miss out on seeing it. But here's the thing, Kelsey, this is his last year.
He said he's gonna retire. He might
retire.
Right.
You don't know if you're gonna. You don't know. Do you think he should retire? That's the bigger question. You think he should retire?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it. I can play it out. But he don't. You know, if he marrying Taylor, so money won't be an issue no more, right? We both know. Yeah, I can get the hell about the NFL while I can still walk. I'm good. I don't blame her. I'm out. I'm just on vacation watching my woman sing. No, put that playoff picture back up, Val. I'm gonna talk about it.
Okay.
I'm not trying to retire if I'm him. But, you know, him and his brother got a successful podcast. T. Kelsey, I love to get one of them hats. By the way, I love that TK hat you got from me playing golf. But look at this playoff picture. And
okay, what we got?
2 questions. And I'm going to ask the audience as well. So I'm going to hear some comments out there. On the right side, which is the NFC. Well, actually, both sides. Just look at on the right side of this picture. What is the most interesting matchup on the right side? And then what is the most interesting matchup on the left side? And I'll tell you what my thoughts are.
All right. The most interesting playoff on the left. I'm doing the right side first, right?
That's fine. Whichever way we want to start.
Okay. So the matchup I'm looking at.
By the way, if the playoffs started this week.
If they started this week. Okay. There we go. So
this is going to change.
So there's. They don't have Philadelphia matched up with anybody.
Yeah, they do. Philly at the top. Philly's matched up with Seattle.
Oh, there you go. So there's Philadelphia, and then there's.
No, you can't go get nobody else, Val. So when I say matchup, if you take Philly, you got to take the matchup. The matchup is Philly and Seattle. That is the matchup.
Okay, so I'm gonna say a very interesting matchup would be those 2.
Okay, and what about on the left side?
On the left side, I'm looking at I'm looking for the tech. I don't see them. I'm gonna go with Denver and Buffalo.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you one. On the left side, AFC, I'm gonna agree with you. I think the most interesting on the left side is going to be Denver Buffalo because Josh Allen will be playing against Bo Nix, but both of them going to get some snow. right? I love it. And the way that boy played, and said, if y'all watched the game last, Buffalo, they may have 13 inches on the field. Last year was so bad. In that Philly game last year, they had to bring the shovels out and call timeout just to get the lines so they know where the end zone was at, Val. And the big boys love it. They slide around and that stuff. And when you play a game like that, it ain't a passing game. It's a run game. So you got to let these boys thump heads. So I love that Denver and Buffalo matchup for the simple fact that you have an opportunity. Well, I'm sorry. I backed that up. Okay. Denver and Philly would be a bye because in this picture right here, the number 1 seeds get a bye. So they wouldn't play. So the matchup would be Buffalo and Pittsburgh, the LA and Indiana, and Jacksonville and New England. So on the right side, it would be Seattle and Tampa, Green Bay, the Bears, and San Fran and Los Angeles. So your matchup on the left side would be Buffalo and Pittsburgh, if you like Buffalo, and then on the other one, it would be Seattle and Tampa Bay. I do like the Buffalo-Pittsburgh again because both cities can snow. But I think the most interesting matchup over there would be Pretty Boy Sunshine down in Jacksonville, where they're hot right now. Playing against coach who just left the Bears last year, who's now in New England, who got one of the hottest records in the league. And on the right side, the best matchup for me would be these damn Bears in Green Bay. Why? Because if that occurs, that would be the third matchup of the year because Green Bay has already done beat us, and then they got to do it again, and then we go in the playoff and possibly match up again. So that Green Bay Bears would be the most interesting matchup over there, and then the winner would obviously play the 2 seed, which would be the winner between San Fran and LA. So the Bears would still have a decent shot of winning that and possibly getting to the NFC Championship game. And so I like that. So I don't know what you guys are thinking about, but let me know. But for promotional dollars only, for those that want to put a couple of your Lincolns and your, matter of fact, put your pennies down because they're about to go out of existence. You might as well just put them down. And bet them. I'm going to take in this picture, in the NFC, I'm going out on a limb. Philly, I don't think makes the game. I'm not sure. No. I don't think Philly makes it. I think the winner of the NFC is the winner between the Bears and the Los Angeles Raiders. Los Angeles Rams game. I think the Bears Rams is the winner of the NFC. And then on the AFC, the other side, I think the winner of the New England and Buffalo, because I think Buffalo gets by Denver. I think they upset Denver. I think they can do it, even though they'll probably be on the road. But I think the winner between those two will play for the AFC Championship game. So I'm going to take Buffalo and New England in the AFC and Bears. The winner between the Bears and Rams will win the NFC.
Okay.
For promotional purposes
only. Exactly. Because here's the thing, Coach has called some folks. Coach has called some folks and said, "Look, hey, if you want to go ahead and do this, let me let you in on for promotional purposes only. You go ahead if you want to or not, but that's fine." I
remember last year, Val, during the college, I went last year for the college, I went 8 for 8.
You did.
I hit the entire bracket last year. I'm mad because if I had just put $100 down, do you know how much I'd have got back last year?
I'm afraid to ask. Well, how much was it?
Slightly over 800,000.
Oh my goodness.
Just my goodness. If I'd have bet $100 bet last year, and not only did I win, but I covered the spread, that's even more difficult. If I'd have won without the spreads, just hitting the win, my ticket was worth about $380,000-$400,000. But I covered the spread, and my spread, the ticket was worth almost $890. So I'd have been walking around here this year, smiling your face every time they stab us.
Well, okay, Coach. I want to say this. I'm doing this because a friend of mine. We are too close. She. I stay loyal.
There you go.
I stay loyal through good times and bad times. I will always be a Bears fan.
There you go. Somebody tried to do that to me. I had my stuff on, tried to call me fair weather. I said, boy, you don't know what fair weather is if it smack you in the forehead. Fair weather.
And there's people that, and there was some people that I was talking crap on my Facebook and talking, and I know they're from Chicago. They were like, yeah, we won. I was at church, Coach, yesterday. One of the AV kids had on a Green Bay sweater. And I said, you know what? Because you're my brother in Christ, I'm going to forgive you for what you have on your body. Well,
you should have walked by and accidentally. You should have walked by and accidentally tripped over this camera, knocked it out the tripod.
Oh, what's up? What's up, Coach Justin? Good to see you. But no,
Justin, I need to know what you think. Because me and you already on the debate tip, dog. You already know. So I need to know what you're looking like. I don't need the Super Bowl picks yet. We're going to come back and give you those. But I just need to know who you think coming out of the NFC and who going to play in the NFC game and who going to play in that AFC game. That's what I need to know. And I know my boy Johnny Pratt. He around here somewhere. I talked to D. Reed.
Yeah, he's doing something. But let me do this real quick. Should have put that up. I should have put that up.
If Cleveland Browns would have let Shedeur run the ball, they'd have won in overtime.
So I'm gonna be like my friend Princess. I am pushing for the Bears. I know we're a wild card. I said it at the top of the show, but I got my jersey on.
Yeah, you I
represent. What you say? I represent.
Yeah, you rocking that pay. I'm gonna let you jump over the pile. But it's so crazy. I love this time of the year. Only if college football could get their act together, because they're the only ones who do not have a bracket that plays like the NFL. And Justin says he got the Rams and the Eagles. Okay, I got the Rams and the Bears. What about your AFC? I want to know what you think about on the AFC. I like half of that. I like half of it.
You like half of it? Oh my gosh!
Yeah, because I got the Rams and the Bears. So okay. I like the Rams. Love the Rams. They beat up on the Eagles tonight, and they playing the Eagles tonight, and that's a telltale sign. But I either got the Rams or the Bears coming out of the NFC, and he liked the Eagles or the Rams. So we agree. And then he got the Bills. I'm with him on that side. I got the Bills. I got the Bills. So yeah, but I think Josh Allen, puts it hard. The only thing about Josh, what's so good about that is you got 3 big time snow locations, right? Denver, Buffalo, and New England. And what are they? 1, 2, 3. So as you already know, one of them games is going in the snow. Somebody going up in the snow. Now the good thing about in the Midwest, you get the snow, but shit, you're gonna get that wind. You're gonna get the hawk at the crib. So that game in the next couple of weeks, it may be snow, but it's gonna be like somewhere, around 0.
Oh, and that's good. And Justin says, and my bias, still believe the Ravens have hope. Are they a wild card? They're a wild card, right?
What they got? Jesse Jackson on their side? Justin, they got keep hope alive.
Please don't. You love Justin. Don't talk about his team like that. Does Tomlin have to beat the Bills to save his job? Maybe.
Well, that's a great question. Here's the thing, if Coach Tomlin can finish the season out, I'll look at it like this. If he can finish the season out and win out, then he'll go again with another, I think it'll be like 20 straight years. He'll break a record like 20 straight years. He go double-digit wins. So if he can do that, then I think he'll be okay. Because you got Justin Fields still sitting there. You got Aaron Rodgers need to get his ass on out the NFL and retire. But he's still balling.
Now that's someone you want to retire. You want him to go ahead.
He's still balling. I can get to him and that damn LeBron James. I think they neighbor. They drinking that HTC. They doing something. They rubbing that HTC on them bones. They going in the incubator. They going in the ice machine.
They're doing ice baths.
Hey, they 40 years old still get it in. But to answer that question, yes, if Pittsburgh can finish out with a solid season And if Pittsburgh just so happens to match up with Buffalo, because remember, we still got a few weeks left. So this picture right here that you're looking at will change. I know for a fact this picture will change. But if it's today and Pittsburgh is playing that way and he upsets Buffalo, by far, Mike Tomlin's coming back. If he doesn't, Pittsburgh's going to probably sing the farewell song.
Oh, okay.
He's a good brother. Like him, guys. He's a good, solid brother. He's one of the few brothers in the NFL that got much respect, and he's been there for a minute, you know?
Yeah. So we'll be checking things out to make sure how things roll. And like I said, we've said it before for promotional purposes only. These are just predictions and some of the teams that
I gotta get one more prediction before they get out of here, though, Val.
Which one's what? You know, I was getting ready to wrap it up.
No, we can't wrap it up yet because I know Justin and my man. I need to know who y'all got in this college football, and I'm gonna give it to you right now. I just gave it to you, but I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm giving you the rematch of the rematch. And I got the Ohio State Buckeyes national champs, but I think they'll either play Texas A&M or Indiana for the rematch. I don't know what y'all out there looking at, but let me know if you think or you like those picks before we get out of here.
All right. I'm going to share this. I'm getting this from Twitter. I mentioned this earlier, Coach, but we have some of our Heisman Trophy nominees.
Okay.
From Notre Dame, we have Jeremiah Love. Indiana. Yeah, with Indiana, we have Fernando Mendoza. Mm-hmm. Yep. Vanderbilt, we have Diego Pavia. Pavia, thank you. And then Ohio State, Julian Sayin.
Guys saying, hey, what you saying? So what you saying? Right, he got the EPMD going on. So what you saying? Yeah, he got the
what
code.
You saying?
What you saying? Well, in this, here's how this is going to play out. You can eliminate Love, right? Because
eliminate Love because of the
Notre Dame situation. You can eliminate him. That takes him out.
So he's not going to make it. Okay.
So move that pitch up again so I can see all four, Val.
Okay.
No, go back to all four pitches and then just bring it up some.
Okay. Who you want me to go to?
Pavia ain't going nowhere because I love him to death here in Nash Vegas, but he ain't going to do nothing because Vandy didn't get in the playoffs. So you can now eliminate him. So again, you back down to the two Big Ten guys. So what you're saying is if Mendoza gets to New York, played very well, I think the Heisman would be right before the final. So I don't think right now Mendoza is going to lose it. I think that if you got, for promotional purpose only, you got an extra 100, 200, whatever to put down, I will put it down on Mendoza. With him carrying Indiana University to an undefeated season for the first time since 1937, Val, the first time that they had undefeated season, and the first time they made it back this far and ranked number one at the end of the season was 1966. You have a kid that then transferred from California University of Cal in here. This kid is not only going to win the Heisman, I'm predicting that he'll be either the number one or number two draft pick in the NFL.
Got it.
What Justin said, I bet you a bottle of your Terramana that Miami will end up beating Ohio State. Oh, dog, yeah, we got to bet that. If first of all, Miami got to get there, Justin. Miami got to get there. And I would love to put that bottle of Terramana. Just make mine a nail. That's all.
Oh, my goodness. So you believe Fernando is going to be the Heisman Trophy winner? Yeah,
I think Mendoza. I love saying, but I think what Indiana did this year is record saying it is like a fairy tale story. And this kid transferred in just like Pavia did to Vandy, but this kid rode Indiana right now to the number one ranked team in the nation and possibly a national championship. That is a story that you're not going to get anywhere else.
Yep. Wow. So, all right. So I thought I would go ahead and share that because I saw that the nominees had come out, and so I wanted your thoughts on that. But yeah, as we go ahead and wrap up, Coach.
Wrap it up, baby. I love it. Hey, thank you guys for putting up on me on the Pull Up Podcast show. I also had this little thing. I work with my athletes, and and I do some things with them on my sports marketing company called The Rise. NIL, what Val mentioned earlier about doing NIL deals and opportunity, things of that nature. So if you have an opportunity, you know somebody that's looking at somebody that's an athlete, your brother, your sister, cousin, nephew, niece, please introduce them to me or just log on to www.therisenil.com. We help them all just simply unleash their potential to be the best athlete. And then we match them with brands so they can maximize the money that they get back. So I appreciate you guys and can use all the help. And by the way, if you some brands out there, I'm looking for some brands. But Val, what you got going on with this book of yours still?
Well, you know what? I'm really excited for the book. I have about 24 copies left. I just sold one over the weekend. But it's called A DJ Saved My Life. You can scan the QR code, but go to purelighthousemedia.com/shop. I am now selling these on sale for $29.99.
I've been getting it like pancakes.
It's my personal memoir to how being a virtual DJ and a podcaster saved my life during the pandemic.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's me.
Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, and the other thing is, for those that don't know, we not only jump into the saddle on the sports side of the house, but if you got an entertainment, movie, theatrical, any of that, we do our entertainment side of the house every Tuesday night called Interludes Talk on Tuesday. Same time, same Batcave, 8 p.m. Central. Those
and we have the Golden Globe nominees have come out. And do you know, for the very first time, for as long as he's been acting since he was a kid, Michael B. Jordan is finally nominated for Sinners.
That's
as
nice.
the best actor category. So we'll be chatting about that on tomorrow night with Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesday, and we're excited to have you all here. But Coach,
you know what we got to do? I don't know why they don't have the Hood Awards. I'm gonna talk to Steve Harvey. I'm gonna talk to somebody because we have got to get the Hood Awards. We do. Hood Award, because there's plenty cats making movies that's a Hood Award. They hooderific. You know what I'm saying? That's a word, hooderific, and they've got to be rewarded for that. You know what I mean? We ain't always got to get to the Golden Globe. We can get to the Hood Awards. You know, in the Hood Awards, you just imagine they coming in to the theater. They ain't on the red carpet, they're on the brown carpet because, you know, they're going to spill something on the way in. You know us, what we do. And they in the Hood Awards, eat some chicken wings. You know, they going to get their snack on, they drinking 40s in the crowd, go up on the stage, get their what, man, we got to get some Hood Awards. Matter of fact, if you guys are watching me tonight, going to help me put together the Hood Awards, let me know in the chat line, hit me on the DM. And by the way, for those that don't know, I got the gram, pull up on me at the Pull Up Podcast Show on the gram. And we can talk about putting this Hood Award together. I think it'll work.
We want to thank you guys for joining us for another edition of the Pull Up Podcast Show. And on behalf of myself and Coach Tony, we're going to put up our fingers and say peace.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Bounce the voice and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. I said bounce the voice and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. Kev is the engineer. Val is the one you hear. Hey, Coach Tony got the sports show. Let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. I said Kev is the engineer. Val is the one you hear. Hey, Coach Tony got the sports show. Let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast.